It's like the land of situationships because I just don't want to disappoint people. Life is going to change when you graduate. I had friends come and go. Could you talk about body image? Moving somewhere new might depress me. Are you ever lonely? Guys, welcome back. Today's vlog is going to be very chill. The main focus of this video is going to actually be a Q&A, but I wanted to turn it into like a longer vlog. Right now it's the morning, so I have like a little bit of time to answer some questions. I actually asked you guys over on Instagram. You guys like came through. If I seem a little discombobulated right now, it's because I am. I'm actually going to film a proposal later. It's a long story, but I'm like so anxious all day, like shaking because I don't want to be late or anything. Anyways, how do you find motivation to constantly stay busy and not fall behind in editing? I don't really have a choice. I have a lot of trouble with like saying no because I just don't want to disappoint people. I used to be someone who actually was pretty lazy. I would wake up at like 12 every day. I wouldn't like operate on a schedule. One big change is that I've actually really liked to be busy. It's kind of like an object in motion stays in motion. Like if I stop all the like production of my life for a couple days, it really throws me off. So I think the motivation to keep staying busy is just knowing that like it's actually easier to keep going once I've already started. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm sorry. How did you end up living in New York City? I went to school at NYU and I also grew up in New Jersey, in North Jersey specifically. As a kid, I actually lived in Brooklyn because my dad is from there. I didn't always know I was going to end up in the city. Honestly, I had a lot of struggle with liking the city at first, especially when you grow up in a suburb for your formative years. It's really difficult to move to a city and not miss like the luxuries of a car. What really made me like the city more was just being a little bit older and kind of realizing this is where I need to be, especially as someone in post-grad. I just feel like I kind of outgrew the suburbs going to undergrad here, and then once I graduated, I was kind of going through a bunch of options. I used to say that I wanted to be an au pair and just like travel for a year before I got a 9-to-5. That did not end up happening. So I ended up not being an au pair, and then I just decided to get a job here. And then honestly, I stuck it out. I will say like last year, I was like trying to find my community, trying to meet new people, which is really hard as an adult, honestly. What did you study? How was NYU? I did applied psychology. I liked NYU. Sometimes wish I got a more traditional college experience. I think NYU kind of gives you the sense of being post-grad, even though you're in school. You're going to bars with older people, you're sharing the city, you're not really getting a traditional campus. You kind of mature quicker because you're living in a big city. I don't know, I liked NYU. It was definitely a little bit difficult to make friends because there wasn't that campus feel, and not only that, but I started during COVID, so it wasn't like lounges that we could sit in and like meet people. And I don't know why, I just was like so embarrassed in freshman year about just like talking to people and like putting myself out there. People were judging me or like I'm not cool, the regular like 18-year-old dilemmas. That was my first time meeting people that weren't from my hometown that I hadn't known for 12 years. Kind of like a bucket of ice water. Do I still think about moving, and how easy is it to find apartments in New York? I do, but I'm honestly not sure if I'm gonna start the process just yet. Moving somewhere new might depress me or it might make me really excited. Like I don't really know. I do like this actual physical apartment though, like amenity wise and space wise, no notes. I think it's just the location for me. I'm just pretty far from everything, and that's my big contender for wanting to move out if anything. The thing is, this apartment is actually very easy to live in the winter. Like it's really nice and spacious. You can host people, you can cook in the big kitchen, like there's space for everything. You don't feel like you're stuck in this like apartment all winter. The most difficult time to live in this apartment for sure is summer. There's no AC. The commute is just like really gets to me in the summer. So honestly, I'm not like in the biggest rush currently because I'm like, well, winter's coming. What is my favorite TV show? Now, you see, this is funny because I actually was just thinking about this. If you don't know, I actually love TV shows more than movies. I have not seen like a handful of movies that are like amazing, famous. I've never seen Coraline, I've never seen Pretty Woman, I've never seen Princess Diaries, but I think you could name any TV show from 2005 to like 2020 and I would say I had seen it. Vampire Diaries, Pretty Little Liars, Gossip Girl. I know that's very like basic girly pop shows, but that is my bread and butter. These shows hold so much nostalgia for me because I always remember watching them for the first time when I was way too young and I didn't understand most of it. My entire teenage years, I would tell you Vampire Diaries is my favorite show because it's like a comfort show to me. I'm not really big into Twilight, but I'm very big into Vampire Diaries. I even went to visit the town that they filmed it in. Recently, I've been rewatching Pretty Little Liars and I was like, wait a minute, Wait a minute. I do fear Pretty Little Liars is my favorite show of all time. Only because I watched that show for the first time when I was like 10 years old. So it just like imprinted on me. Like I cannot escape this show. Nowadays, you can just Google who A is and that's just not the same as waiting every single week. I think almost every episode is entertaining. It has the best characters too. Like I like all of the characters. Unfortunately, as much as I love Vampire Diaries, I think like half of the show is unwatchable to me because I don't like Stefan and Elena, and then I don't like when Elena's gone. So I'm literally like, what am I left with? Like 3 seasons to watch? Tyler, Matt, like half of the originals are annoying. Like I do like the added mystery of PLL. You're always wondering who did that, and I think it just makes you like anxious, but in a good way. They're both pretty absurd shows, but like truly these are my top 2. But I think if I was gonna pick a show to rewatch front to back for the rest of my life, it's gonna have to be PLL. This was like a moment of our culture, you know? How do you time block grad school, work, and fitness? Right now, I'm kind of on a schedule where I work out in the morning with like a class pass. Not my preference, would rather do anything but get out of bed and just like run over to Pilates. I like to have like a slow morning, but it's the only time I can do it. It's the time I have the most energy. Like the minute I'm sitting at my desk for a couple hours, I already feel like sluggish. I feel like a workout class in the morning is the best option because if I was just gonna tell myself you're gonna wake up at 7 and go to the living room and put on a yoga video, I'm not gonna do it. Like I'm gonna turn it off, you know? So having an actual class to get to, it's very stressful in the morning, but once I actually get to the class, I feel great, and then I get to leave the studio and it's still like 7:45. For school and work, I just do work 9 to 5 obviously, and then school I do homework on Sundays or at night. Every week both of my assignments are due on Wednesday nights, so I can kind of have like a schedule on that. And then I do content stuff. I usually try to edit on the subway. That's like a big time saver. I hate sitting still and just like editing, but if I'm on the subway I have nowhere to go. Okay, I'll answer this one last one and then we're gonna take a pause. Any advice for people who want to start making content while also working full-time? Beyond the basic content creator advice that's always like be consistent, find your own niche, because I think those are really important. In terms of like doing it with a full-time job, which I think is a lot of people's position, viewers like to see people who have jobs and who are showing like that relatability. I definitely don't think it's a sustainable route forever. No matter what, with content creation, it'll always get to a point where you have to let one thing go. I'm not at that point yet. One day I'll have to make a decision. If you're at like a very successful point, you can't have both. There's just not enough time in the day, truly. I'm doing the best that I can, but you can't do that without burning out. The way that I kind of manage is just like schedule sending a lot of stuff. Like I schedule send emails at night so they go out the next day. Always be open to creativity and changing or modifying your ideas. I don't like to do the same thing for too long. I get really bored. Frequently change up the style of my videos. I think that's the really cool part about content, because depending on your 9 to 5, like me for example, you're probably going to be doing the same thing every day. Like it's not going to change that much. For content, it's literally changing every day, every hour. So I think that's actually why I like to have both. Like I need the stability and the consistency of my job, and then I like the creativity that content allows me. I need to run, so we're gonna pause on the questions. The reason I'm like stressed out right now, what I'm doing today, my friend's friend is a photographer. She was like, I was supposed to help out with this proposal in Central Park, but now I can't make it and she's really last minute, it's tomorrow. Can you just go and help her film? I think it'll be good karma for me. Maybe I'll find a boyfriend. And I'm just like really nervous about like the train and being late and missing it, because you know, like once a girl knows she's getting proposed to, she's only gonna have like a 2-minute window before she realizes what's happening, and I don't want to be late and then miss it. This random girl that I don't know, she needs to have this like amazing video for her proposal, you know? Obviously my friend thought of me because I do so much content, but I've never filmed anything like this, and I'm just like, oh my god. I don't know, guys. It's actually the least important thing what I wear to this other person's engagement. I think I'm gonna wear this coat I just got from Princess Polly.
No, say honest. Congratulations. All the best.
No, I'm a photographer. I'm like helping her take photos.
Ah, okay.
Thank you. Thanks, you too. Hi guys, I'm back. The proposal was so cute. I'm really upset that I've never been in love. It was really cute. Sometimes I need those moments to kind of remind me like life is good. It's actually really funny. I got a question about this. Somebody said, do you really like almond milk over whole milk? I actually used to really like almond milk, but then I switched to this one, 2% reduced fat milk from Maple Hill. I get it at Whole Foods. It's so good. Like it's just creamier, it's fuller. Sorry, literally what was I saying? Oh, proposal. Basically, I sat on the bench. The boyfriend was told what I was wearing. The plan was he was just gonna come up to me and be like, can you take a photo of us? And I would be like, oh, sure. And I could like position them and start taking a video. My whole job today was to take iPhone content, and the photographer photographer was taking like the camera digital content. I was just like so nervous I was gonna like hit the wrong button. Also, it was really difficult keeping the coast clear because people kept coming and trying to take photos, and we kept being like, there's a proposal happening, like you can't. Right when the couple got there was this dude literally vlogging in a different language to his iPhone or something, and I was like, please. I have such an optimistic view of love now. Just kidding. I want to talk to you guys about my Halloween costumes, and I thought we could just keep doing questions like all throughout the vlog because there's a lot of questions, and I figured like it might take me a while to answer them all. You're seeing this next week after Halloween. Doesn't even matter. I came up with this plan a week ago. I was gonna be Belle, Selena Gomez from Cinderella Story, and then Coraline, Other Mother. I've actually never seen Coraline, but someone commented that I should be that costume because I have the polka dot dress, and I was like, I'm sold. My whole goal this Halloween was to not have to buy anything. I want to use what I have. The problem with that is that I don't really ever feel that cute when I'm wearing my regular clothes for Halloween, if that makes sense. It doesn't mean it has to be expensive. I just like to wear something that I wouldn't normally wear. Like it makes me feel like I'm wearing a costume. This past weekend, I was supposed to be Belle because I have this yellow dress and it has like ruffles. So I ordered like the accessories and I put it on and I just like did not like it. I scrapped the Belle costume and then I had to find a costume in like 10 minutes. So I ended up being the Coraline, Other Mother. This weekend, this is actual Halloween on Friday, I was gonna be Selena Gomez from Cinderella Story. And I'm still hoping that plan works because I need the red dress. It's coming in the mail. Hopefully by the time you're seeing this vlog, I already was that for Halloween because I'm excited about that one. It feels like a character and it's also something that's like from my childhood and it's cute, even though I've kind of seen a lot of people doing it. Yesterday, I was like, okay, I need to find another costume because I'm running out of time. I decided I'm going to be Vanessa from Little Mermaid. So I ordered this mirror, 2 of the shell necklaces, and then for the actual costume, she's wearing like a white underdress kind of thing. So I'm gonna try to find something in my closet. Those are my costumes. I know they're all kind of like the same thing, like it's just brunette costumes, but by next Halloween, I need to have a boyfriend because I need to do Jim and Pam. I need to do Hercules and Meg. Time is ticking. Like when is it gonna be my turn? Because I literally feel like couples costumes are so much better. Like they just make more sense. See y'all next year. Probably single again, but whatever. We're gonna get cozy and answer some more questions. This one was like a little intense, but I'll answer it for fun. Would you honestly like to be in a relationship or are you satisfied with being single? That's an interesting one. I'm actually pretty satisfied being single. I feel like this is the era of my life where I'm working on my career. If somebody wanted to be in addition to that, that'd be great, but I just don't really have it mentally in me right now to be dating. I was dating a lot last year and I had to like fully carve out multiple nights a week to go on dates. Eventually it kind of felt like an interviewing process to me and I just wasn't enjoying it. I feel like right now I'm just working on building community and relationships with people. I've known a lot of people who move to a new city and then immediately start getting on the apps. They just want to like move somewhere new, find their friends, find their relationship, and I'm just not really like that. I've lived here for 5 years and I've never dated anyone here. I'm also not really someone who's ever really needed to be in a relationship. It'd be great, but I think I'm very self-sufficient and independent. The selection of people present is not amazing, but also filming that proposal today was like, wait a minute. How do you do your spreadsheets? I use Google Sheets and I feel like it's really simple to use. I had a class in high school that actually taught us how to do all the coding for spreadsheets, and that's where I kind of fell in love. I'm graduating next semester and I'm already feeling the blues. How do I cope? I don't really know because life is gonna change when you graduate no matter what. Finding a job was the main obstacle for me. I was just like, everything else will fall into place as long as I have a job, because I think the longer you're searching, it just is like anxiety inducing to not have like a paycheck coming in, and I feel like everyone around you is getting jobs. That was my main priority. Finding the community came second, and I think that took a while. It took like a whole year for me to really find like my post-grad people. I had friends come and go, people who I would hang out with more, and then we just kind of fell off. Like it's very normal to test out. It's like freshman year part 2. It's normal to try out different people that you're friends with and figure out if you want to hang out. It's also very normal to get distant with people from college and just realize that there's not much of like a friendship there. I will say the first year of post-grad, you learn a lot about yourself and you're kind of like tested, figuring out who you are and like what space you're taking up. I think the only way out of it is just through it. I would just say hang in there, girl, and things will work out. Things will fall into place. How long have you been living in New York City and how long did it take you to adjust and feel at home? I've been living here for 5 years now, and it did take me like maybe 3 or 4 years for it to feel like home, which is crazy. But now when I leave New York, obviously have fun traveling. It's really nice to get change of scenery, but I always compare it and I'm just like, yeah, but like I belong in New York. Pace of life here is more my speed. And again, that's something that took me a lot of time to adjust to. A visitor perspective is very different from someone who lives here. It's a really weird, addicting feeling. Things are just harder. Transportation's harder. Groceries, bills are higher. Like life can just be a little bit more difficult here. I really like the proximity of so many things and so much culture and diversity. Food, people, shopping, neighborhoods. Like there's just so many cool things here. I think I could live here for so long and still not even scratch the surface of like going to new places. What's your next trip? Hi, Magnolia. I'm actually going to Lebanon for Christmas to see my family. family. So let me know if you guys want any vlogs of that. I wasn't sure if I was gonna make any content because like it's a family trip, but I think that's the only trip I have planned. But I might try to book something in like January or March or something. I always get really stir crazy in the winter. As much as I love New York, the winter is just like so miserable and bleak and there's like no end in sight. So I usually try to book a trip like spring break time, even though I'm 23. Please do a more in-depth video on how you edit and conceptualize videos. I've been meaning to. The only reason I haven't done it yet is because it's just gonna take a lot of time to like conceptualize this video. When people want like follow-up videos, I'm just like, okay. Like I add it to the mental to-do list and then I get stressed that I have other things to do. And then like, yeah, sometimes when an idea starts popping up in my head, I can immediately hear what I want it to sound like. I will hear the voiceover in my head and I start writing it down. Not to be like Taylor Swift, like writing down my ideas right away, but I do feel like having my notes app like always on hand to just type something out, it's just really helpful because I will forget. I also have gotten some compliments on my voiceovers and people saying like, you're very good at keeping things concise. And I will say that's because I script them. There's just simply zero way I could ever just like talk into the mic here when I'm answering. Oh my God. What is it with everyone scaring me? The UPS guy just banged on my door so bad I thought someone was breaking in. I'm someone who definitely does my best work at random times. My brain will be going like rapid pace about a video idea at the randomest time. So I find it like best to just write down everything when I feel it. I don't want to say it's like being a songwriter, but it's the same concept where it's like if you're sitting there looking at your phone being like, what should I say? I think it's harder for my brain to come up with something. But when I'm just like doing other things, like if I'm out and about, if I'm getting inspired by something, that's so much easier for me to start writing down like something I want to say in the video. The last one I'll answer for right now is how hard is it to grow a platform while having other commitments? It's definitely hard in the sense of like time commitment, but I wouldn't say it's hard mentally. I'm not like thinking about my TikTok and my YouTube as like a strategy thing. I'm just doing what I love and people are resonating with it, which is really great. I'm intentional with my time. I have a routine down. In February, I started posting on TikTok intentionally every single day. And like that took me a little bit of adjusting to figure out like how to edit, how to voice over, get good quality. I also definitely know when a video is going to do better versus when it's not. Sometimes I post things that I know will get me more attention and like that'll help boost my account a little bit more. And then I post things that are just for me. Like when I post fashion stuff, it's just for me. Food content, cooking, like I know it's not going to do that well. I just want it to be for me, for my sake of mind. I am very aware that like not everything is going to perform the best. I'm not Alex Earl. And as someone who watches a lot of content myself, I know what videos I'm clicking on and what videos I'm scrolling past. Basically, is it hard to grow a platform? I would say like, yes, you have to be intentional and you have to know that like not every single video is going to be amazing and you're going to have to do it every single day for a couple months before the first one even does well. You're not going to be like first to do anything. You just have to find your own way to make a spin on it or have your own voice. I've even actually gotten feedback from brands. Can she redo it and make it more of like her personality? Because we're not getting her personality. Even though my concepts are pretty similar to a lot of other content on TikTok, it's my actual like voice and my personality that draws people in, which I never thought about. But brands having me redo stuff because they're like, we didn't want this like monotone version. Like we want her to be herself. The more you try to be perfect and curated and polished, I think the less people are caring about it. I think we're gonna take a pause on questions. I will continue when I cook dinner. Poppy cranberry fizz. Even though I love to cook dinner, recently I've just been like really lazy and I just like can't think of anything. I'm just gonna stir fry these veggies, some shrimp, and probably have it with this soup. I feel like you guys will relate to this feeling, but I just got an email response from someone who I thought was ghosting me and now they responded. So I was like, yay, life is worth living. I've been doing pretty good on Instagram. I posted a reel that actually went like viral for my Instagram. So I'm really excited and I'm still not enjoying reels. I still hate Instagram. I still don't want to like post on there. But you guys had some really nice comments in my last video, so it's getting me a little bit more confident with posting. I still feel kind of weird when I look at my stories and I'm just like, oh my god, this boy from college who I had a crush on is like watching them and I'm just like, no. But what can I do? Actually, I did get one nice comment from this girl who I went to high school with and she was really sweet, so I was like, wait, like it's not that bad. Let's go back to the questions. Are you ever lonely? Damn. Actually, no. I, as well as many others, used to be like really upset if I didn't have plans on the weekends. Like, it took a while to get out of that headspace. There are some friends where I felt like, you know what, honestly, I don't think we click entirely. I just started letting go of relationships that I had to kind of like force, and I was like, you know what, it's okay. Once I did that, I actually feel like I made more room for socializing with people that I did want to see. I think I have a good amount of like social things and outings and work that when I'm home, I actually like find it really recharging. What's your favorite book? I don't actually have have one on the top of my head. Happy Place is a really good book if you're graduating college or if you're post-grad. I liked ACOTAR, I liked Throne of Glass. In terms of like books that I probably would never reread, but they definitely stuck with me, The Nightingale, Just Mercy. My reading taste is pretty much whatever I'm into at the time. If I'm like really binging a TV show and there happens to be a book, I'll read the book. Like for example, Tell Me Lies. I read that book and it was really good. It was actually very different from the show. It was a little bit more about the psychosis of this relationship, and I thought that was really interesting as someone who studies psychology. I really liked Heartless Hunter. That series was really good. Do you have any workout set recommendations? I like the ones from Beyond Yoga, the TikTok shop ones. Honestly, those are pretty good if you need like a quick biker short set, because I just don't really like to spend like $100 on a workout set. Unfortunately though, I do love the Aritzia one. I think it's called the Butter TNA. Really, really soft. I'm trying to think of like what I have in my drawer. Garage has nice workout sets. Oh, this one's funny. Rank transportation in New York City. Train is number one, obviously, because it's the fastest. If you want to use your phone, the bus is great because you're above ground. It's air conditioned, a little bit safer. There's a bus driver watching and everything. It's a smaller space. You can also get off much more frequently. If something happens and you want to get off the bus, like there's a stop every like 4 blocks versus the subway where like if you get stuck under the tunnel between stops, like you could be there for hours. Not that that's ever happened to me. I don't want to scare anyone. Bike is number 3. City biking specifically is the fastest way to get from point A to B if there's no quick route. There are a lot of like, I would say blind spots in New York where there's just no subways. Hell's Kitchen or Uptown, even sometimes on the west side, there's just like not that much transportation. So the bike is the best way if you're like running late to something and you have to get like across town, but there's no easy subways. Is biking difficult in the city? Yeah, it's like worse than driving. You have to be so careful. I always get the electric bikes because I just feel better. If I'm like pedaling myself in traffic and there's a car about to hit me, like I just don't want to deal with that, you know? I also have my AirPods in, giving me the directions. Uber is number 4. It's convenient coming home from the bars. I always Uber from the bars just because the subways stop coming regularly. They start coming like every 30 minutes. Also, I don't want to be alone on the subway. And then the last one is the ferry. I've only taken that like 1 or 2 times. It's not very convenient and I don't think that even gets you very far. Who is your current style inspo? I am obsessed with Josie Jabs. She is really cool. She has very simple style, like just very great basic pieces. I've been watching her vlogs for like a year now. She's inspired me to like put myself together more. I just truly love her style. She just looks so good in like everything she wears. I met her at the Cezanne event a couple weeks ago. So pretty in person also. We already knew that. I also love Kat Castellano. She's an LA influencer, I believe. She's really, really cutie. I love her style. My fave, actually, she's from the UK. Her name is Lucy Page. Her style is so cool. And the fact that she's just like a full-time influencer who just posts her clothing. I also love Tess Christine, one of my OG favorite YouTubers. Her style is just like top tier. She's literally a mom. I would wear anything she wears. Her style is so cool and classy and put together. Anyways, I'm gonna finish off my dinner. I'll talk to you guys later tonight and we'll finish off the questions. Like I haven't yapped enough, we're gonna do the last little bit of questions. I don't even know if you're still watching this video. I feel like it's been like a podcast of me talking all day. I don't want to edit this later, but there are some good ones I saved for later because I knew they would be like more juicy. So you're getting the tea at the end of the video. Someone said, I recommend you start doing even longer YouTube videos because I'm obsessed. Thanks, queen. I'm actually trying with this video, but we'll see. Like I cut out so much because I always get like self-conscious. I definitely have noted that you guys want longer videos. Could you talk about body image? We're on like a need to know basis, you and I, with this topic. As you know, I've talked about it very, very briefly on purpose. I completely get it as a girl who grew up on social media, like watching other YouTubers. I know the rhetoric that can get spread very easily, which is why I don't talk about it, and I try my best not to like make any statements in my videos. I'm not saying like I eat this to do this or I work out this way to do this. When it comes to body image, sorry, my lips are really chapped. There are definitely good days and bad days. I definitely have days where I don't want to film myself. I get the same feeling when I try on clothing and I'm not having the best day. I'm just like, let's just not go there. I don't need to try on jeans right now. Following someone else's workout, following someone else's diet is not gonna like get you a result and make you look like someone else. I think it's very different to like watch food content and be like, I like this recipe, I'm gonna make this recipe. There's a difference between that and this influencer looks like this, I'm gonna follow them and find every single thing that they eat every single day. I used to do the what I eat in a day content. Personally, I'm fine watching them because I just want meal ideas. When someone shows what they're eating all day, it's kind of good to see a representation of this is what kept me full all day. Do I think there are definitely outliers that kind of ruin that for us? Of course. There are definitely videos of that category that skew very, very weird. And I'm not watching those videos for inspiration. I'm gonna scroll past them. If you want to eat healthier, just find what you like, find what works for you, and do it because you want to. I'm also lucky that I live in New York City and there are a lot of different types of bodies. It's like my hometown was not a fun place to grow up in. I also think it's important to know when you're projecting versus when you're just like having a bad day. You have to just keep trying to find what makes you feel good about yourself, what you like to eat, how you like to move. Like those things are still out there for you to discover. And then the next one, how is dating in New York? Dating in New York is the worst thing that's ever I don't like to feel like negative about dating because I feel like everyone is negative about dating these days, and I try to like be a little bit optimistic. I haven't been on a date since like February. I've had an outlook on dating now where I'm just like, why am I giving a man that much power? I'm done. I've started to realize I know my worth. I just kind of want the next time that I'm like seeing someone romantically to be a little bit more serious, I guess, or like a little bit more intentional. I don't want to just be like another girl on the roster. I think there's like so much to say about dating in our generation. Everyone is hating it. No one's making any moves to change it. Why are we not setting up our friends anymore? My age group, it's just like very difficult to find men who are serious. I care a lot about my friends. I care about people in my life. I have a lot to say. I have a lot to think about. A relationship would be great to like add to that, but I'm not looking for that because I already know that I'm amazing. But no, I already know that I have a lot going on, and like the added bonus of content creation. I was not a content creator when I was dating last. I do think there's a little bit of unfairness because I do post my life online. What am I supposed to do? Just like not follow my passions? I think like the type of content I make is very like well edited and thought out, interesting, and like I'm able to carry over a concept. Like that's impressive work that goes into my content on all the platforms that if somebody couldn't understand, they're just not my person, I guess. But dating in New York specifically, I'm obviously not saying like definitively that it's like terrible, because I think it's a very romantic place. If you find the right person, you can have the best time ever. It's like the land of situationships, but at the same time, I'm kind of tired of the vibes here. I think I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know any thoughts you had to anything I said. This is like a very rare thing for me to just talk the entire video. Let me know if you guys liked doing the questions on Instagram. I definitely will do more of those if you want. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks so much for sending in questions. I hope you guys got to know me a little bit better. YouTube is just like my corner of the internet that's like very personal, and I'll see you guys in my next video very, very soon. I don't know what it's gonna be, so requests are always welcome. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed spending the day with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.